Project kickoffs are so much more important than many people understand them to be. Let me tell you about why a project kickoff is important, show you my project kickoff free downloadable for you to use, and take you through the 3 key steps I think are important for any project kickoff. So why is a project kickoff so important? It engages the team with the project goal, so everyone's on the same page and moving forward in the same direction. It builds the team dynamics. It gives a moment for people to actually get to know each other. So often teams are thrown in together. Teams don't just happen, they need to be created. And it creates an action focus. People understand the actions and even are committed and sign up for them. So let me show you my free downloadable here. It's a 7-page document that is a format for you to use for your project kickoff. And I really recommend using this as either a template for creating flip charts, or if you can print them out in a flip chart format, that's even better. Because what you want to do is treat your project kickoff like a workshop. Work through this content, and when you've completed these forms, put them up around your room. First of all, it creates some nice artwork. And second of all, it gives people a sense of a point of contact, a point to look at when they're wondering about something or just want to get back on track. It can be a great way to create synergy and energy in your team. So before we get into the kickoff, let's talk about the when, where, and how. Where to start? Well, you want to start at the right time when most of your team is engaged on the project and you've got your basics set up. So you know your statement of work, if there is one, if there's a contractual situation. You maybe have the business case and you have your project charter. And that's really key because not all the legal and budgetary information needs to be shared with the team. I often create this as a separate document that really is meant to speak to the team, to crystallize the points and not get into the legalese or the details, but to really share the story. And if you want to know more about project planning and what a charter is, check out my video on the Project Manager's Toolkit. And if you want to know more about how to tell a story related to your project, check out this video on the power of storytelling in a business situation. So once you've gone through the mission of the project, the key timelines, the key outcomes, the key team member structure, and the summary of the way of working, you'll be ready to get started with the next part, which is building your team. My project kickoff template has a couple of pages around building your team. And there's a couple of aspects to that. First of all, see the individuals on your team as individuals and let them introduce themselves. This will help build team spirit, and when you're working on the workshop part of commitment to actions, they'll already be engaged. So let me show you my Meet the Team document. It's important to create engagement, and one of the things I say as I hand this out digitally to people is, this is your moment to talk about yourself, how you like to work, what your role is, what energizes you, and also give us a sense of yourself. Now, the other point I make is you can do this in any way you want. And if you have a large team, you can do breakout groups so that each group has a chance to interact with each other. But if you can, try to let the whole room speak to each other. This moment of connection cannot be underestimated. The next part is doing a RACI, and I have a whole video about how to make a RACI for your team and how your team can, in a workshop, create their own RACI so they're committed to their work and they understand how they're interacting with others. Check out that video here. So the next document may not seem like a team building activity, but I think it is. It's the project weekly reporting agenda. I call it the project agenda because it essentially is an update on the project as an outside report, but also an agenda for the team. In this document, you want to summarize the status and update of highlights from last week, priorities for the coming week, team updates, and help needed, escalation points. Sharing the detail at this level gets everybody on board and helps people understand how that reporting is used in your process review. There's a statement from Harvard Business Review's recent study, and it says, socializing between team members improves communication patterns more than 50%. That's pretty significant. So taking time to build your team can make a world of difference in terms of not only how you communicate, but team performance. So now that you've set your goal, and you've started to build your team during your workshop, the next component of your workshop is to set an action focus. Creating an action focus is so important for getting your team ready to actually do the work. How do you do this? If you have a work plan already started, show them your draft and have them look at it for a couple of aspects. Are there tasks that need to be summarized? Are there tasks that need to be drilled down on? Are there risks, actions, quality, and stage gates that need to be included? Are there other factors that they need to consider when looking at this project plan for their own sub-team planning? Or are there moments about team activities or project management that need to be included so people can see when those key dates are, when team meetings are, when reporting dates are, etc.? Getting your team action focused can be done on this chart so that it actually gets people working on the task levels they need to do to get started. You might want to create a sheet just like this that identifies those initiate steps for each of the team groups. Next, beyond the Gantt chart and the task list, a lot of people like this storyboarding concept. So what I do for every team member is, now that we've got the big goal that we've already talked about, we can now go on to actually working through some simple storyboards to tell how will the tech team work, how will the functional team work, how will the design team work? And as they create the storyboards for the piece of work they're doing, that can be a great way, again, to create posters for the team so they each understand their part of the project and how it fits in as a whole. And the last document in my project kickoff template is a rolling 3-month calendar. And I like to start this again with the team, putting in holidays, putting in key vacation time, maintenance downtime. One other aspect I like to put on my rolling calendar is the key decision dates. So if we have a milestone, a user test, or something else, I like to put those key decision go, no-go type dates into my rolling calendar as well. So now that you're ready for your next project kickoff, I hope you'll let me know, what did you find most helpful? What did I miss? And will you be using the template or something else? Do you like that idea of putting posters around the room? Let me know in the comments below, or ask me a question, and check out this video playlist I've made just to help you prepare for your kickoff meeting. And I hope to see you next time on projectskillsmentor.com. Bye-bye, everybody.